Welcome back to the show. We got 60 minutes in Ripple and a crypto hit piece. We're going to get into it. And how about crypto, $4 trillion market cap? Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on YouTube and, Twitter, YouTube, and digperspectives.com for exclusive content. It's that kind of morning. $3.78 trillion market cap for cryptocurrency, and it's off by 3.4%. I'm highlighting this because we've heard Brad Garlinghouse and a couple others suggest that we could see a $5 trillion market cap for cryptocurrency by the end of this year, which is just a few weeks away. This is pretty remarkable should we see that kind of a surge. And then I have to ask a question about how we get that surge and where it comes from and where does it all flow into once it does get here. But nonetheless, it's creeping up on us even though it's down 3.4%. 3.78, we're not far from 4 trillion here. Bitcoin, 99,000, almost on the nose, 3,800 plus for Ethereum now. XRP at the number 3 spot, $2.44, off 4.8 on the 24, up 3.8 on the 7-day. USD Tether, 137 billion plus market cap. And, think of it for a moment here. Tether could be backed 1-to-1 with a surplus right now by XRP because it has a larger market cap. So they could guarantee the peg if it was lost by Tether if they were in control of it. So if you were to launch the real USD and Tether were to go away, the real USD could handle all of the treasuries and bonds backing the USD Tether token, largest stable coin in the digital asset space, and have XRP underpin it should it lose the peg because it has a larger market cap than Tether. You get where I'm going? Good morning, everybody. Ranging between $2.36 and $2.64. We're at $2.43. I'm all right with it. We're going to look at some stuff here. Let me tell you what else is going on. XRP Las Vegas. We just locked in the Honorable Chris Giancarlo for another fireside chat this year. And with all the events we've had for crypto and the new political wins in the sales of crypto, we have so much to talk about in front of us. I cannot wait to get to May. XRP Cafe is going to be there. You into NFTs? Well, there's no better company to talk to than XRP Cafe. You into meme tokens? First Ledger's going to be there. Want to talk to them. And guess what? Just locked in one of the biggest tokens from First Ledger on the platform as well for the conference. Not to mention Ripple, Uphold, iTrust. You get the numbers on and on and on and on. This is so exciting. And look, we've almost hit the amount of people that we had last year in ticket sales, and it's not even 2 weeks yet. There's an early bird special for pricing. Please get your ticket. This is going to be a remarkable event, May 30th, May 31st, 2025. Link underneath the video. Oh boy, this won't age well. Atomic Wallet taking a shot at us, everybody. Stay classy, XRP fam. XRP is already down 10% from its peak 5 days ago, says Atomic Crypto Wallet. Got plans for the next 7 years of the downtrend? Bank XRP's got this right. So you want us to use your wallet, buy XRP, and then hate on it? A bit odd. It sure is. And well said by Bank XRP. Shout out to Anders as well. This is not good for business, and I'm saying it because not only will this not age well, let's show them the power of the XRP family. Let's boycott Atomic Wallet, right? They can go on and say whatever they want, but they'll not get my service. Yeah, how about that one? But this one will. Jason Cousins right here from GlintPay, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to what they've done. I'm here with the one and only CEO of GlintPay, Jason Cousins. How you doing, Jason?
I'm great, Brad. It's so good to be on your show again. You've got such a great energy. I love coming on your show. It's fantastic.
Oh, we love having you, man. And it's a very special day to have you on this show because you've got something very special coming to the Glint platform. Tell us what it is.
Well, yeah, it's the #1 requested feature from all of our clients. I'm pleased to say that today we now have silver on the Glint platform. So you can now buy silver, save it, and sell it, of course, when you need to. So it's a big lift. It's something actually I didn't want to bring on personally, actually, but I've been battered back by popular demand and by some initiatives that we're doing in the US as well with US states. And we decided that it was a good thing to bring on to the platform.
No doubt about it. And if you have not tried out GlintPay, please go to glintpay.com/US and check it out for yourself. You won't believe it. The power of buying metals in your hands, and it's physical gold you're buying, and then the ability to spend it whenever you choose through your MasterCard debit card. Brilliant, brilliant company and what he has set up there. Shout out to Jason. Why Coinbase CEO wants Caroline Crenshaw out of the Senate Banking Committee, and I do too. First of all, he says here, Brian Armstrong says, urged the Senate Banking Committee to vote against her renomination here, said that her policies were more restrictive than those of the SEC chair, Gary Gensler. He goes on in this tweet right here and says Caroline Crenshaw was a failure as an SEC commissioner and should be voted out. She tried to block the Bitcoin ETFs and was worse than Gensler on some issues, which I didn't think was possible, he says. The Senate Banking Committee should take note. The crypto community is watching this vote. I'm told it will be factored into the Stand with Crypto scorecard for politicians. Well, we know that Caroline Crenshaw has not been a supporter of cryptocurrency, so yeah, she's got to go. Where we're moving now, we have to unlock American innovation. This isn't just about Ripple or XRP. This is about the entire digital asset space, specifically networks that have utility and interoperability. Well, here we go. Let's unpack it. Last night's 60 Minutes interview with Brad Garlinghouse from Ripple. Eleanor Terrett says, so what did everyone think of the 60 Minutes crypto episode? Well, I can tell you, let's start here with crypto law. He says, well, Eleanor, we know that a real journalist like you who covers this technology and legal saga it has faced would have challenged John Reed Stark's falsehoods. And Margaret Brennan's bias couldn't have been more glaring. Well said from crypto law. And then we have this, Ryan Selkis. Well, I tell you what, Ryan is just, he's with you and then he's against you, right? Good gracious day, man. This is guys like, it's unbelievable. Yeah. By any reasonable definition, he says, XRP is not a security. It is pre-mined token whose primary owner and developer enriches itself via its sale. He says Ripple is best thought of as a gaming studio with 60% take rate and on XRP appreciation, but I still don't know what XRP does in the game. This is what he says. Now, you know what? This is just driving me crazy right here. That's what this is. Because, 2-Bit Idiot, which is a great handle for Ryan, by the way, and he picked it. It's not my pick. He picked it. Sometimes these things are Freudian, very deep in the subconscious. You know what I mean? Laugh out loud. While investing into Ethereum, Ryan, did you disguise your identity too? Like Joseph Lubin taught investors how to? Remind us how you and other VCs invested in Ethereum's unregistered ICO again, 2-Bit Idiot. Will you remind us of that? Because you're awful talky and chatty when it comes to your opinion of what Ripple and Brad Garlinghouse and others are, but you never seem to want to unpack this conversation. And I'm giving you an open invitation to come on my show and talk about this with me, digital asset investor, and you guessed it, John E. Deaton, because the facts are not in dispute. Coming back to the 60 Minutes interview, they forgot to mention that Sam Bankman-Fried's parents were heavily involved in FTX and not prosecuted. The mother ran a PAC for the Democrats, and the father wrote Senator Warren's tax policy. Sam Bankman-Fried was sending money to Ukraine, which was ending up in the pockets of Democrat politicians. Oh, one more thing. Gary Gensler was having planning sessions with Sam Bankman-Fried and has never revealed the contents of those meetings. When are you going to do a story on this 60 Minutes? Well said from the goat in the house, ladies and gentlemen. You can see Maxine Waters blowing Sam Bankman-Fried a kiss, the second largest Democrat donor. Think that had anything to do with why they didn't see the dumpster fire that was FTX? I do. And you got to love Community Notes here. You got to love them because Community Notes came in and said XRP is not a security. Now, I don't know where it is. I made it go away by default. Here it is. It's under this. XRP has been ruled not a security, which was problematic for 60 Minutes and Margaret Brennan, right? But nonetheless, Brad Garlinghouse did a remarkable job being articulate and nice and polite and professional, no matter what he was sitting up against. Jeremy Hogan says the 60 Minutes piece was great for Ripple and XRP, and I would say neutral for the crypto industry as a whole. Garlinghouse is an articulate advocate for the industry and came across as reasonable and smart. Agreed. 60 Minutes chose John Starks to play devil's advocate, and he, like his writing on here, was bombastic and over the top. Ripple and XRP get a solid A, crypto gets a B-, and the anti-crypto coalition gets a C-. Great watch. And then here, Perry Ann Boren takes it apart, and I really like this here. Shout out to Perry Ann, who I'm fully backing for the CFTC position. If it's still up in the running, I hope she gets it. Let's see. Tonight's 60 Minutes crypto segment was a missed opportunity. This is spot on, ladies and gentlemen. This evening, crypto got a 13-minute feature on 60 Minutes, and unfortunately, it fell far short of being informed and balanced discussion. Instead, the episode exposed a clear bias of a lack of understanding of cryptocurrency fundamental principles and its broader implications. And here you can see misrepresenting crypto advocacy as threatening democracy. Margaret Brennan's question to Brad Garlinghouse: is this message for you and any lawmakers looking to run for office that they have to fear your industry? This question underscores a fundamental misunderstanding of cryptocurrency. At its core, permissionless cryptocurrencies are open source software protected as free speech under the First Amendment. Attempts to restrict access to cryptocurrencies are not just economic decisions. They infringe on free speech, property rights, and the right to assemble. Absolutely. CBS News failed in its role as a protector of the First Amendment values by ignoring these fundamental truths. Instead, it framed American businesses advocacy for these rights and unethical political lobbying, misrepresenting the real stakes of crypto debate. That's who could be your next CFTC chairperson right there, and that's why I'm endorsing her. Lack of credible opposition. For the opposing viewpoint, 60 Minutes relied on John Reed Stark, whose credibility is questionable at best. Stark made sweeping, baseless claims such as every single crime you can conceive of is easier to do now because of crypto. This sensationalism or sensationalized rhetoric ignored key factors. Crypto transactions are logged on a public, immutable public ledger blockchain. This makes it far easier to track illicit activity than cash or traditional banking system. An actual crypto crime expert would have provided a nuanced, fact-based perspective. Instead, 60 Minutes chose to amplify an unqualified voice, undermining its credibility. As for Stark's claim that there is no transparency in crypto, blockchain provides radical transparency. It's baffling that 60 Minutes failed to challenge such an easily disproven assertion. 3, the SEC's weak defense. The SEC's response to criticism, any amount of spent on the crypto industry on legal defense or influence peddling pales in comparison to the savings lost by crypto investors to frauds and failures. This argument is laughable given the SEC's track record. While aggressively pursuing a political war against crypto, the SEC failed to detect the multi-million-dollar fraud that is FTX, despite multiple meetings with its CEO, Sam Bankman-Fried. The SEC's mismanagement is a critical part of the story, but 60 Minutes missed the opportunity to address this failure. Blaming FTX collapse on crypto instead of regulatory failures, Brennan called FTX a case study of what can happen without proper oversight. This is categorically false. FTX was an offshore exchange operating outside of U.S. regulatory oversight. The real issue is the lack of clear regulatory framework in the United States. The SEC's hostility toward crypto has driven much of the industry offshore, where it is beyond the reach of U.S. regulators. Had the U.S. established clear, consistent regulatory framework, domestic exchanges could have taken taken the lead operating under U.S. oversight to protect investors, prevent fraud. Instead, the absence of clear rules created the conditions for FTX growth and eventual collapse. Number 5, the urgent need for U.S. leadership in crypto regulation. Brad Garlinghouse ended with a critical question. Where is the United States better served? Are we served by creating clear rules of the road and having the industry thrive here at home? Or should we push it offshore? This is right. I mean, this was absolutely spot on, where people are less protected. This is the crux of the issue. If the U.S. wants to lead the digital asset revolution, it needs to act now. Without thoughtful regulatory framework, we risk ceding this transformative industry to nations already pulling ahead. Final thought. Time is running out to build digital asset markets at home. Failures to do so has not just lost economic opportunity, but a forfeiture of leadership in the next wave of global innovation. The 60 Minutes crypto feature was an opportunity to educate the public and engage with substantive dialogue about the future of digital assets. Instead, it perpetuated misconceptions and missed the chance to address the real issue. Great thread by Perry Ann. And again, throwing full support behind her to be the next CFTC chairman, and from that thread, you could easily understand why. Okay, trying to clear my throat here. Let's go. It's that time of year. Now looking at this. The quintessential 60 Minutes, Trump embraced crypto and crypto embraced Trump. This was a quote from Brad Garlinghouse in the interview, and I will make the interview available in the Freedom Zone today if you haven't had a chance to see it. Brad Garlinghouse, I did not have a front row seat to that. I think it's clear that Donald Trump embraced crypto and crypto embraced Donald Trump. Absolutely right. And not only that, we have Brad here who said crypto made its debut on 60 Minutes tonight. He said there's no doubt that these technologies will continue to become more and more mainstream with influence and reach that will only continue to grow. A few things I do want to comment on after watching. I spoke with Margaret Brennan from 60 Minutes for 90-plus minutes straight. When discussing the SEC's misguided lawsuit against Ripple, 60 Minutes shockingly left out that the federal judge ruled that XRP is not a security. Gensler's shill, John Reed Stark, knows better despite his comments that 60 Minutes chose to air. Lastly, to say crypto has no utility is exactly what the naysayers said about the internet in its earliest days. That it's nothing more than illicit activity. How vastly they were proven wrong. Today, even JP Morgan is coming around to blockchain. Conveniently, 60 Minutes also failed to mention that Ripple is doing billions of dollars in KYC transactions for our institutional customers, leveraging XRP to move money cross-border more efficiently than traditional payment rails. I say regardless of the poor job of 60 Minutes, you still did a great job, Brad Garlinghouse. Thank you. No question about that. And looking at this here, there was a look that was captured here, and it's locked in. You could see where Brad was locked in. Sometimes I think Brad really knows when he's dealing with a hostile interviewer and he's able to keep his composure. I tell you, I look to take from you in that regard, Brad Garlinghouse. There's no question about it. And then here we have this, which is remember that they want the average person to think that crypto is a scam. They don't want you winning. You know, this is one of the things that I did think about is that, you know, they put this piece out and it introduces Ripple and XRP to the world, but in a negative light, and crypto also. And they can't, then they can turn around and say, well, you can't say we didn't tell the world about it when it's getting ready to be bigger than you ever thought, right? Because they did show it to the world, but they showed it in a way that's discouraging to retail, right? Good for you, Cryptic Wolf. That was a great one. David Sachs putting up the hands, celebrating Brad Garlinghouse being on 60 Minutes. David Sachs, the new crypto czar, ladies and gentlemen. And then let's take a look at this. Egg Crypto, have you ever seen him so bullish? He said, are you ready to bet? Here's my public statement. Before February 2025, XRP will hit a minimum of $6. No ifs, ands, or buts. Mark this down. Who's with me? I'm with you, Egg Crypto. I'm with you all the way there. He goes on to say in this post, too, by the way, when you look at the Bifrost Bridge here, he not only talks about the $4.30 to $6.40 here, he also says, look, we could see $13 to $27. You could see it happen. and it could be a January candle. So just, again, he's calling for the $6 by February 25, like no matter what he's saying. Now, again, not financial advice from him, me, or anyone else. He just feels super bullish about what he's seeing. But there's also the possibility that it goes even higher to that $13.27 range that we also hear about. And right now, we're going into the Freedom Zone, and I'm going to provide the full interview with Brad Garlinghouse on 60 Minutes, and you tell me what you saw. You can go to digitalperspectives.com, click the Freedom Zone, and come on in. All right, welcome back.